Well, welcome everybody to another episode of the Customer Ed Nuggets podcast. I'm independent learning tech analyst John Lay of Talented Learning, and I'm hosting today's show with special guest host and customer education expert, VP of Sales and Marketing of CD2 Learning, Gill Williams. Gill, welcome and thanks for joining me today.
John, thank you, sir. Really excited to be a part of the episode today, sir.
All right, cool. Listeners and viewers, thanks again for tuning in. We're privileged to be prioritizing your busy lives. I founded this podcast to provide ongoing, short format customer education, advice, best practices, and perspectives, and get that perspective from the world's foremost experts in customer education on both the vendor and the practitioner side. And we cover on this show everything under the customer education sun, from a business, technology, functionality, integration, deployment, business case, content, marketing, measuring, you name it. That's what we're going to help anybody that's involved in this space do a little bit better. Today, Gill and I are going to be talking about three of our favorite uses of LMS automation in customer education. What's automation? Well, it's generally the LMS doing things that until recently, manual administration or administrators had to step in and do. And so LMSs are getting really, really smart and being able to automate a lot of different functions inside the content assignment, in reporting, in grouping of learners, of so many different ways. Grading and content recommendations and resource management are all areas where automation has an impact. And so before this call today, Gill and I brainstormed a list of 10 different places of where LMS automation is innovative inside of customer education. And in this unscripted episode, we're going to pick our top three and talk about them today. So Gill, how about you go first? What's the number one use of LMS automation in customer education in your experience?
Well, the first that I'd like to talk about and what I think is most fun is going to be personalized learning pathways, right? And so one of the customer stories, John, that I'll share is from ours, where we do this really well within our platform at CD2 Learning, is going to be with MindView. So MindView is a mental strength coaching system. So it's a pure extended enterprise model, right? And so the first step that they do is they are building competencies on their specific mental strength capacities, distributing that through an assessment, and then prescribing a personalized learning pathway for their learners that are going through their system, right? And so not only are they prescribing that learning, they're building a personalized learning pathway that is truly dynamic. They're recommending content, recommending resources and documentation along the way, so that learner can grow in their own pathway and their own experience and make sure it's individualized for them. So personal learning pathways for me is the most fun way to automate learning and make it dynamic along the way as well.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. You couldn't do that before. If you didn't have it, you'd have to do manual administration, but that manual administration would be too laborious, so it just wouldn't happen. So just to be able to facilitate that now with technology is super cool. All right, Gill, I'll take the second one. This is one that a lot of people don't think about, but you can use LMS automation engine to support your marketing of your application. How so? Well, it's pretty easy. What you do is you just track from you can use the LMS automation engine to track things like points for activities that a learner is doing. But those activities are more than just, or can be more than just, learning activities, starting or completing learning. It could be anything that they're doing in the system, from answering questions in the knowledge base to participating socially to earning certifications or starting content, or even streaks of content of logging in a certain amount of days, and being able to look for those things. And as they add up in a certain way, to be able to take learners in and put them into marketing programs, marketing email campaigns that allows you to promote something strategic to those learners. And that could be things like coupons or promotions to get them to buy more. That could be information about complementary products or services based on the things that they're looking for already. But the automated part is really to take the things that they're doing, analyze that, and then put them in different campaigns based on that, where they're more likely to do what you want them to do in that campaign, which is buy more or call support less or something like that. So using gamification as a way to automate marketing type activities is my choice. Gill, how about you? Take it away for number three.
Yeah, so I'd have to hit on reporting and analytics. For too long, people didn't really know what to do with data. They had it, But now what we're starting to see is how do we tie that in an automated way, be able to collect the data, what's going on in the system, distribute that across the network in an automated way so we can make actionable decisions. I go back to MindView for this one. What they've done a really fun is being able to take those core competencies of their learners, and then when they sell that out to their customers, they're judging that across the team, right? What is the team growth? What's the team-based scores? And being able to be able to analyze the growth and change along the way, right? It's where were you, where are you, and where could you go, and what is that going? And so how do we automate that in a really fun way so that teams, organizations can take that data and make actionable, educated decisions based on it? So I think that analytics reporting and being able to figure out what to do with data to make us better is definitely the last one that I'd touch on there, John.
All right, Gil. Great answers. There you have it, folks. According to us, self-declared customer education experts, our three most beneficial and creative uses of LMS automation are personalized learning paths or personalized learning and recommendations, the ability to use it in a gamified way to drive marketing activities, and then finally to be able to do smart reporting and analytics. Listeners, do you have similar challenges or rather different uses and different successes with LMS automation? Put it in the comments so that we can all learn and everybody in our industry can take a step forward. Thanks. I want to offer a special thanks to our customer education guest expert today, Gill Williams, for his perspective and guidance. Gill, it's a pleasure to have you here today. Thanks for joining us.
John, thank you. And definitely focus on the self-proclaimed, right? But thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute blast. Hope everyone enjoyed the episode here. Thanks for having me, sir.
All right. Thank you. And you can find more information about CD2 Learning and their customer education LMS at cd2learning.com. Listeners and watchers, thanks for tuning in to another episode, and we hope to see you on the next. You can find more of our fiercely independent customer education or education on customer education at talentedlearning.com. We just recently launched a new resource center for customer education professionals, and it is chock full with all kinds of blogs, podcasts, webinars, toolkits, things that you can use, profiles, case studies, you name it. I encourage you to stop by and begin to educate yourself on that vast amount of resources. If you enjoyed today's episode and you want to help us out a little bit, like and share this episode and enter a comment down below. There you have it. We hope to see you on the next. Have a great day, everyone.